Hello. Three seconds ago. Hello. I hope everyone is well. Wait a couple of seconds or whatever. We are in Safia. Hi, Safia. I finally said your name right. Hi, Candy. Safia. I had to do the Maria thing, though. It's just like I have to say squash in order to say squash. I hope you guys are well. I am looking outside and it's, Debbie. Hi, Mary Lou. Debbie is kind of not really hurricane. I guess I don't know. I think it's still a TS, a tropical storm soon to become a hurricane. I'm not sure. But anyway, it's windy out and I keep on looking at my tags and they're hanging in there. But I don't know how much longer. I think as long as they don't get drenched, soaked in water, they may hang in there. We've got some thunder rumbling, and this ended up being pretty much a West Coast event on the West Coast of Florida, where I was last weekend, came home from last weekend. And but the whole thing is kind of skirted out. I guess it's going to hit what is known as the Big Bend in Florida, where it makes that big bend, and then it's going to go up towards where Becky lives and such. But I know you don't. You're always so good about that. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people pronounce my last name incorrectly. Lair. And it's Lar. But you know what? I don't really, have been called a lot worse, right? I know you haven't, but I have. So I have a couple of things I'm going to attempt to do today. I have been fully immersed. Hi, Belinda. Been trying to watch that summer. What is it? Summer something. Oh my God. I've watched enough of it. You'd think I would know the name of it. The summer thing. The summer festival retreat. Summer retreat. Hi, Mitzi. It's great to see you. The summer retreat thing. Hosted by Peggy Dean. And a lot of people were talking about it in my circle. And I signed up for it. Hi, Janice. And it was free. And they are replaying each lesson, and it starts at 6 a.m. Pacific time. And then it goes till, I think, 4 Pacific time. So 6 a.m. Pacific for me is 9 a.m., which is great. And they're an hour each. And Peggy Dean is the person that's running it. So every hour there's a new lesson. So it's pretty intense. A lot of it. Hi, Colleen. A lot of it is Procreate related. So I don't know what you do if you don't have an iPad with Procreate on it, and you're kind of stuck. But they keep on saying, well, you can do it on paper. Well, yeah, you can, but it's certainly not anything close to working in Procreate. I have had Procreate on my iPad for years, And I guess I'm just reassured to know that it's there. Um, I'm not, I go and play with it every once in a while. I know nothing about it. So I have tried to take some of the lessons, but my only complaint is so far the instructors who are teaching are assuming a lot of prior knowledge. I mean, they're assuming that you really kind of know the basics, and they go really fast. So I found myself, pausing, going back, pausing, going back, and watching. And because they're not saying, well, you do this, so I have to say, okay, what did they just do, and how did they just do that? So it's been a major learning curve. So the one was you made stickers, which I'm not interested in. Like you make these little stickers that you can say put on an IG. If I wanted to put a sticker on top of one of my postcard posts on IG, then you can make these little stickers. So I kind of watch that a little bit, but I can't imagine using stickers personally. And then the other one was she made a half sheet floral pattern that you could print out. Hi, Cindy. And others. She's saying hi to others. And that's a Barbara invention. Barbara figured that out. So I tried the flower thing. And again, there was so much going on. And so this is what I produced. And I gave up towards the end. So, and this is totally, this is supposed to be, I guess you take this and then you copy that into 4 quarters and then you get a whole page. But, so that's as far as I got. I'll use this for something. And these lines shouldn't be there. And these people are opening tons and tons of windows. And I didn't even, I can honestly say I really didn't know how windows work. Now I know how windows work. So I did take away something from that lesson. So there's a couple of other lessons. So they're there for replay until the last day, and then they're available for 24 hours after that, and then they're gone forever unless you want to buy them for $79. So it's a lot of lessons for $79. And, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's some needlepoint, embroidery. There is someone that is working with air clay, a lot of Procreate. The woman that wrote Painting Cats was there this morning, and she does the watercolor with the kitties, painting with cats, not painting with cats, painting cats. And Barbara Clark actually did some of that and posted her pictures. So she's enjoying it. So as I was watching her, yes, thank you, Terry Runyon. See, I got Terry down here. So I was just doing some pencil sketches while she was doing hers. And these are really cute and they're a lot of fun to do. So I'm probably going to go back and do these on some watercolor paper. So. But anyway, that's been, I didn't start when it started because I wanted to finish up the postcards, which I did. And I'm still kind of thinking about where I'm going to put them. I showed you I was going to maybe put them in a thing that I had made and make a slot for them, but I really haven't gotten very far. I did finish the July Junk Journal July challenge. I finished this, and that's also, I didn't want to start anything. So this is done. And I'll do a quick flip through. And this was made out of the crunchy. Hi, Janet. And I'll give you the prompt, okay? So the prompt for this was spark. She got an idea. Postcards. Got some postcards. Some of these are not inspired at all. This was fold, but I have some better fold stuff. labels. Those were stickers. Lettering. I did some of this online. This was the fold. I took this, and this was a fold that Robin McClendon did, and this is kind of cool because it just keeps on, and they all open up. And then one of the other prompts was wild stamp postage. So I went and took out wildlife, all the postage stamps that had wildlife on it. The prompt here was windows. Never hesitate to open new windows in your life. So that prompt was window. This was observe. So I've got eyeglasses and binoculars and some of those petals, flowers. This was just scrap paper, not very inspired, but scrap paper. This was thread, and I just did this on my sewing machine. And my sewing machine, you can program it to write letters, and I don't know if you can see it, but after a couple of tries, I ended up stitching out Anne. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah. And yeah, there's Anne. So that's my thread. This is nothing went on this page. This was stamps. I carved a stamp out of a piece. Hi, Dana. Packaging, light. So I made a light bulb. This was weather. I love this. This is that paper that I got. I think Candy got some of this. And this was a stencil of a pine tree, and this kind of looks like snow, so that's my weather one. I kind of like that one. Dana, how's it over your way? Oh, you're going to Vero next week. Okay. So how's your weather? Are you getting much of Debbie? And this is petals, and I remember we were making, I was making these petals, and I think that started with Shannon Green. And I started making them, and everyone else, I love them. And this is aged. So these are old photographs and aged paper. And I had to write down someone told me, suggested rainy and tornado watches. I hate the tornado watches. I don't like those. We just have some, thunderstorms and some, hardly any rain. We desperately need rain. This was free, and these are pages out of the collage soup book. Neither Here Nor There, I think is the name of this. And this, I didn't do anything with these pages. So, and this one I like. This one was picture. So I used Kodak faux, and then I got a picture and I made a little thing. So I kind of like that one. So it's all pictures, right? And this one was timeless. Again, lots of rain. Yeah. We haven't really gotten much rain from this either. We desperately need rain. And this is, what was this? Okay, this was ephemera. Actually, it was ephemeral. And ephemeral means fleeting. And so I just did ephemera, and I just took advantage of, the faux ephemera, and just faux ephemera, out. And then we had to make a flip in. And I don't know when I did that. Maybe I did that Wednesday. So this is my flip in. No, it's not a flip in, but that's not the name of it. But anyway, you all know what that is. And there's so that's that. And then this was buttons. So I just cut out pictures of buttons on pieces of material, and fashion. And then, I made some buttons. This one was contrast. I just thought there was a very pretty contrast here. So that's contrast. Something could go in there. And then we had poetic. So I did an acoustic tip-in. Thank you, Dana. I knew it wasn't a flip-in. Tip-in. Thank you. So the next one was poetic. Hi, Angie. So I did an acoustic poem where you write a word horizontally, and then, so I wrote journal, since this is a journal, joyously overcoming uncertainties, reaping new artistic loves. So that's my poetic one. And this one was shade. So I was looking for pictures of trees that offered shade. So that was shade. This was shine. And this is a picture of some, I don't know where I got that. But if you look really closely, this is an Edward Gorey sticker. And he's shining a flashlight down on a frog. So that was my shine. And then the last one was celebrate. And this was on the cover of the New Yorker magazine. So I thought that was really cool because they're celebrating the Olympics. So I fussy cutted that out. And that's the end. Yep, I glued that all together. Oh, and we had to make a tag. And I made this, I think I made this tag on this stream. So that's the tag I made. Both sides. So there is the Junk Journal July Challenge done. And I can put that on the shelf next to the January Junk Journal that I did in January. And I got this there. So that's that. Yep. All right. Then got my mail. And okay, Candy. Thanks for stopping by. I got two things from Architecture Digest. One was to read, not a renewal notice. One was to subscribe, and I've been subscribing to AD for a while, just for the pictures and stuff. And it was like, oh, a big discount, $24.95 for a year, $60 for 3 years. And then I got this one, and this is my actual renewal notice for Architectural Digest. And I keep on saying I'm not going to renew any more magazines, but I ask you, how can I not renew that for $10? $10. $20 for 2 years, and they're not asking for postage. Some of the magazines now, well, you can't see that. Some of the magazines are now asking for postage. So, and it is the best deal. So I probably renew it for 2 years. But I have to laugh. I have to respond by August 14th. Even though my current subscription doesn't expire until December 2024. Anyway. I like that magazine. I'm not gonna, it is a deal. $10? Yeah. Preferred. I am preferred. So I will, and when I get these type of things, I always write a check. I never, ever use a credit card, because then they get you in that renewal thing that 9 times out of 10, you don't see the notice. And the next thing, it renews at the regular price. So I always write a check so they don't have my credit card. That's my little thing. So let's read a little bit. Such a deal. Yes. Well, a lot of times, especially with AD, one year I didn't renew it. And then a month later, I got a thing. Oh, we miss you. Come back. I'd only been gone a month. So let's continue with Robert Fulgram, and I think that's the first words people, kids. And the last time I read was July 21st. That sounds about right, because last week I didn't come on. I got home in time, but I was just exhausted. So we're talking about, he was talking about, refrigerator, some observations from both sides of the refrigerator door. So we'll read a little bit, and then I will attempt tackle what I'm hoping to accomplish today. If you notice phrases, ideas, and anecdotes that closely resemble those that appear elsewhere in my writing, it's not a matter of sloppy editing. I'm repeating myself. I'm reshuffling words in the hope that just once I might say something exactly right. I'm still wrestling with dilemmas that are not easily resolved or easily dismissed. I run at them again and again because I am not finished with them and may never be. Work in progress on a life in progress is what my writing is about. And some progress in the work is enough to keep it going on. We all know what work in progress is. This attitude is inspired by the man who invented the essay form, Michael Aquarium de Montaigne, I think. During his life, he was known as a lawyer, scholar, traveler, diplomat, politician, thinker, and writer. His resources for writing were 16th century France, his experiences as a member of the court of Henry III, and his term as mayor of Bordeaux. His best resource was his own daily life. His reputation today rests largely on the strength of his autobiography, The Essays of Montaigne. And I'm not pronouncing that. The candid informality of this unique journal has led to me to think of him as a friend and mentor. He coined the word essay from French verb essayer, to try, in the sense of testing thought and experience for merit. This gentleman meant to sort through his life as truthfully as possible and to try to understand himself and his world as he went along without coming to any final conclusions. He focused on means, not ends. My trade and my art is living. True to his word, he deemed no subject beyond consideration. Philosophy, farting, war horses, politics, sleep, religion, sneezing, conscience, rare meat, virtue, kidney stones, vanity, imaginary enemas, radishes, justice, and the relationship between father and sons. These are just a few of the thousands of topics he addressed. It is remarkable that he did not write defensively or in a pontifical manner. His essays retain the quality of comfortable confidentiality that marks the conversations of close companions. It is even more noteworthy that this guy insisted that his ideas and concerns were not original. Commenting on his essays, he wrote, "It might well be said of me that here I have merely made up a bunch of other men's flowers and have brought nothing of my own but the string that ties them together in a bunch, which I gladly offer to you. If this is the case, I appreciate the care with which he chose his string. I think Mike Montague, as a member of the Fellowship of the Fridge, I imagine he'd like some slices of aged pate on country bread with a little Dijon mustard and some pickles on the side. The remains of a bowl of sweet pudding with a glass of red wine. It may sound like gourmet French cuisine, but it's really meatloaf and leftovers. As a final item of this Hudson's Bay start, a comment about pace in setting out from here, I realize that it is my part to write this book and your part to read it. And since you don't tell me how to write it, I shouldn't tell you how to read it. But it may help to emphasize that it was written one part at a time, and the odds are that it will make more sense if it is read the same way." Whew, that was a hard one. I never read beforehand, and I should, because I should have basically looked up how to pronounce the name. But work in progress. Amen. Aren't we all? Art-wise and living-wise. Maybe because my mom said you just set the craft table on. Oh, I'm sorry that your blood pressure's up. Yeah. Hi, Beth. So work in progress. And it's interesting that this guy, he's talking about him writing. Speaking of writing, I've talked about this on occasion. I am a daily journaler. I write, and I was going to go back and see how many journals I have. I can't remember. I think I started journaling in earnest probably in 2015, 2016. So that's what, 8 years, and I have them all. And I've journaled in composition notebooks and just all sorts of things. And this is my latest journal, and I obviously, but I have everything in here. I do a little, doodling and stenciling and watercoloring. And a lot of times I'll see something that I like, and I will see, I really like I love the colors of this. So then I attempted to, let's see, I thought I had attempted to paint that. Maybe not. I thought I had. I thought I had tried to paint that. Well, I like that, so I tried to paint that. So I do that when I see something that I like. Sometimes I try to paint it. I'm going through because I really don't want you to see this. That is this. And this is that. Sometimes I see patterns and I try to copy them. Yeah. So the point is, it is almost full. There are some Zentangle thingies that they were doing in the squares that didn't make it to, it's just a doodle, but anyway. But you can see I journal every day pretty much, and a lot of times I screw up the date, like I screwed up August 1st. And a lot of times I'll put a picture down and I like writing around the picture. Lewis and Clark did that when they were doing their travel, when they were doing their journals. When they went across the United States, they would he would basically sketch a picture of a fish that they had never seen, and then he would journal and write all around his illustration. So here I screwed up the date. But I do that a lot because I'm not. So Lily is such a royal pain in my ass. I write that a lot. Anyway, so I'm almost done. When you go on Amazon, what is the name of that rice paper called that a lot of crafters craft with? I just type in rice paper, and I don't know what the specific name is. So I would just, if you're interested, I would just type in rice paper. And see what comes up. I know there's another thing. Yeah, it's just, and I was kidding around on Wednesday, Beth, when I was talking about this. If I went back, hi Nettie, oh my gosh, so good to see you. I was kidding around, and if I went back and grabbed like the first journal that I have and started reading it, I'm still talking about the same shit 8 years later, because life is, it's pretty much, probably those journals, I was still working, so probably those journals had stuff about teaching and everything. But for the most part, day in and day out, it's the same old shit. But the one thing I have never done, I've never made a journal. I've made tons of journals, as you all know. But I've never made a journal for me to write in. I made the Roaring 20s journal. I have a Cowgirl journal. I have the Alice in Wonderland journal. I've got a Halloween journal, but they're not journals that you can write in. So I made this journal a while ago, and this was a 49 Dragonflies tutorial, right? And this is made out of a paper bag. There's a paper bag underneath here. And as you can see the paper bag? There it is, hiding underneath there. The only problem with it is it's too big for regular journal paper. And journal paper for me is, you know, an 8.5 by 10 or whatever, folded in half. So I'll show you, because I have some. So this is what I'm thinking of making, because I can write on this, and I'm not going to, I might have a little, you know, this is some of her digi downloads, which I can, but this is stuff I can write on. And I figured I could include tags because I can write. But I will make a list so I can forget it. Yes, I know. It's like, I know what you mean. And what I hate is when I make a shopping list and then I leave it at home. Oh man, I get so mad. So I'm gonna, these are part of a digi download from her. And, but I can write on the back of these. So I will have pockets. These are some stuff. You can see where I stitched. So I'll have some stuff here, random stuff that's already in here. And this will, I'll glue this down. But the problem is I'm going to have to cut this down. Okay. And that's what I am going to attempt to do tonight in front of your inquiring minds. Now, problem is I can't cut it here. Hi, Teresa. And you can see how big it is, right? It really, in order for it to fit, it needs to be, and I can't cut her off. And you can go under. Okay. All right. Sounds good. I have some rice paper. And I also bought some of that wet strength tissue paper, but I didn't buy the right brand of that. So I'm going to cut it. I want to keep the pocket. Oh, I never thought about that. That's a problem too. If I stitch that in, well, I can stitch that up to here. All right. So the only logical place to cut this is right here. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. I'm going to cut it down the middle and put these two halves together. So that's what I'm going to try to do. And that's what I'm going to do. So, yep. And I'm going to cut it with my, I think I'm going to use my fabric scissors because this is fabric. So let's see how that goes, right? And I will use my, that's what you, yeah, that's the only, and yeah, exactly. Yeah. I thought, hi, Kimberly. Hi, Kimberly. I thought of that, but again, it's not big enough to do that. It's, you know, I thought about a trifold, but it's not big enough. And I don't want to make the paper any smaller than that. I guess I could make the paper, but yeah. So these are my Guggenheims. These are very nice. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm thinking if I cut this kind of here, I made this journal a long time ago, and it has been sitting in the other room for months because I couldn't figure out. I knew it was not the right size, and I couldn't figure out. See, there's the paper bag. But I think that should work. Let me see. Because let's go like so. Let's bring this up like so. And I'm not gonna stitch these in. I'm gonna do the Midori type of binding Um, oh, yes, thumbs up would be wonderful. Thanks, Nettie, for the reminder. And that way I keep this lovely lady. Yeah, like that. Oh, you know what might work? Okay. Let's see. I mean, oh, look. I mean, that kind of almost blends in there. Almost, maybe, kind of. I mean, I don't care if it's crooked. I just like this. This is Timmy material that I think I stenciled that. So I could use double-sided tape. I should stitch it. What do you think? Yeah, I don't think that's not a bad idea. Yeah, okay. We'll leave it like that. And hi, Joyce. Thanks for stopping by. I am altering a journal that was too big, and now I'm trying to make it smaller. So this is going to go like so. Yeah, it's going to go like so, and that's going to go like so. All right. Okay. What I'm thinking is I will glue it. I should stitch it, but I hate to walk away and stitch it, even though the sewing machine is just out of reach. It's just on the other side. It's not like that little sewing machine I had that I could just pick up and sew. I have to leave you ladies, and I don't want to leave you, so. All right, I'll put some double-sided tape here. And then what I'm thinking of, I'm going to put, I'm not, I feel like I'm, my son yelling at me, use your words. I'm going to use grommets. Bye, Angie. I'm going to use the eyelets to put the elastic in for the binding. So, and that'll hold it together. So let me put some tape down there just to hold it so I can put the grommets in. And you know what? Worst comes to worst, I can tear it apart and then stitch it, right? I always try to think of things like, what's the worst case scenario? And once I identify the worst case scenario, it turns out to be not the worst after all, that there are far worse scenarios. It's only a journal. And I'm finally figuring out a way of using it. So that's a good thing. I know what I should do too. Wait a minute. I know. Let me do this first. Whoa. Let me do this first. I want to maybe throw some glue in there. Yeah, thank you. Well, it's beautiful because of Timmy's material, cloth. I'm just trying to find something, to keep, something that I can get into that's going to, last for a while. I so enjoy doing the postcards, I really have enjoyed doing those. And so has many, 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 many other people. And I think I'm going to spend some time on Procreate. I think, what I've seen of the Procreate stuff, the couple of lessons that I've messed around with, I think maybe I'm going to invest in maybe Skillshare or one of those. And I have that watercolorist lady that I really like. And I bought 2 new watercolor books. Like I really need those, but I even talked about in the craft and chat group, I was talking kind of bantering about some ideas. I was thinking that maybe, hi Pam, how's your back? I hope it's feeling better. Then I might, but I don't know whether I have enough guts to do that. To do the Betty Edwards drawing course, drawing on the right side of your brain, to do that in front of an audience. It's probably not legal either. Okay. All right. I'll put the double-sided tape here. Okay. And I'm going to put it right up to here. That'll be my marker thing. But you did get some fishing in. Well, that's good. All right. Well, that's good that you're able to get some fishing in. I mean, that's not, you kind of expected that it would be a little sore if you went fishing, right? I know you said you had a comfortable fishing chair. Is it one of those chairs that swivel? And of course, the next question is, did you catch anything? Inquiring minds want to know whether you caught anything. Oh, yep, thumbs up. I think, is that thumbs up to the swivel chair or thumbs up to you caught something, or both? Yes. Yes to the swivel chair. Yes, that you caught something. Well, I hope you caught something. Now, I forgot. Do you guys do catch and release? Oh, a few small fish. Okay. All right. Yeah, we had a whole conversation about fishing on Thursday. What pound test? You guys, yeah, you have an 8-pound test. That's, yeah. So 8-pound test. Tell me if I'm wrong. My understanding of that is basically it is designed to handle a fish that weighs 8 pounds and under. But of course, you can catch fish that weigh more than that, but you have to be very careful, and a lot of finesse and skill is involved in bringing in a larger fish. Like if you were to land a 40-pound bass on 8-pound test, that would be quite the accomplishment. I think I got that right. Kind of, maybe. All right. And Pam is fishing in a river, so it's fresh water. Yes. Janice Gwines is saying yes to all of that. So Janice must be a fisher too. Fisher woman. All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I could put a piece of material there too, couldn't I? I could put a piece of this. I wonder if I have a piece of that. Actually, that doesn't look that bad, does it? I mean, if you will look at it from that distance, once upon a time. Okay. Yeah, I was telling Pam that I haven't done a whole lot of freshwater fishing other than for muskellunge on Lake Chautauqua. Mostly ocean fishing. Let's see how lucky. I'm coming back, ladies. I haven't abandoned you. No. Shit. I'm coming back. Talk amongst yourselves. Discuss the causes of the Civil War. Is this it? Ta-da! Look what I found. Ta-da! Okay, Nettie. Is that the same thing? Is that? Yeah, there's the bird cage. Yeah, it is the same thing. Okay. Let's stick a piece of that there. Let's see. I made spaghetti. Ooh, I almost knocked over my soda. I made spaghetti and meatballs for dinner last night, and I shouldn't say I made spaghetti and meatballs last night because I didn't. I opened a jar of spaghetti sauce and threw in some frozen meatballs, and it was pretty awful. And it's kind of like you get what you pay for, you get what you make. Not happy with it at all. And of course, I will be eating that now for the next couple of nights. It's hard. But then I got my statement from the place that I live in, and we have to spend a certain amount of money every year at the restaurant that is in this facility. And fortunately, when my friends still lived here, I would take them out to dinner, every month or so. And I was able to bring my dues down. But now they're not here. So I just found out I have $90, which is not too bad. I have $90 to spend between now and September 30th. Oops. That's pretty quick. And if you don't spend it, yeah, I did. I added some oregano and some Parmesan to it. And I'll add some more sauce to it. And someone was talking about, who was I listening to? Oh, Susan Popo was talking about, and it was an older video, but she was talking about the other night that I guess Betty had made meatloaf with garlic mashed potatoes. Oh, I love meatloaf. I love it. And but I don't have the ingredients on hand to make any meatloaf. I normally have like a pound of hamburger in the freezer that's, portioned out in 4-ounce patties, but I only could make a little tiny meatloaf. I don't have any bread, but I could use an English muffin. I don't have any eggs. I got to make. I have to go food shopping. Is what I have to do. And I have my groceries delivered most of the time, but I have to get a prescription filled, so I have to go to the grocery store for that. Well, that wasn't well cut, was it? Jeez, man. Well, let's see. I don't know whether this is better or not. And you. Yes. Yep. You have to come down here. Well, I didn't really do a good job of that, did I? All right. Well, at least that's not as big of a gap as that. All right. Let's just do it. If it doesn't work, I'll rip it off. Kimberly, I have added sour cream. Yep. I've added sour cream to my spaghetti. I will put sour cream on anything. I love sour cream. I just love sour cream. So, yes, I have done that. One time I had leftover meatloaf and I had spaghetti sauce and I broke up the meatloaf. So it was like big chunks, like almost meatball like. Hi, Malaya. Welcome. And I mixed that in with spaghetti sauce and sour cream and cooked up some noodles and cooked that concoction all together. And that was one of the kids would say, "Oh, that's a keeper," because that's what they would tell me. That's a keeper. And I'd say, well, I'm glad it's a keeper, except I will probably never have those leftover ingredients again. How many of you guys, I had no problem cooking leftovers and making new stuff out of leftovers. And I guess there's some people, men in particular, that I've heard from wives that say their husbands refuse to eat. Uh-oh. Oh, you don't like sour cream? Even when it's mixed into something and you wouldn't know it was there? Well, I guess you would know it's there. I'm making a mess. I'll have to. Did I put enough? Wow, I haven't used this in ages. Boy, that stinks. Holy mackerel. That is smelly. Isn't this what Pam from Paper Outpost uses all the time? And she rattles down. It's good for paper, it glues. It does everything. She always has it upside down. Because this is the Beacon 3-in-1, but it's the same It's the poor man's Fabutac. Okay. And then it's got a mind of its own, and then it starts to squirt out. And I have it upside down. I keep it. Oh, well, I put sour cream. Oh, I like your husband. I put sour cream in my mashed potatoes. But I really call them smashed potatoes because I don't peel the potatoes. I just cook them. I use the red potatoes, and I cut them up and boil them and cook them, and then add butter, sour cream, and half and half. Looky there. Well, that's not too bad, folks. What do you think? I think I'm happy with that. Oh, you put mayo? Okay. Oh, wow. Huh. That might be really good. That's interesting. Mayo. Mayonnaise. Yeah, exactly. Thanksgiving. Yeah. That's interesting. But the mayonnaise would be the fat. I mean you need something that's fat, and the mayonnaise would be the fat. Now, inquiring minds want to know. Hellman's? Yeah, I know. It does sound good, doesn't it, Kimberly? It kind of does sound pretty good. I mean, again, I love mayonnaise. I would put mayonnaise, as a skin cream. No, not really, but let's see. Yeah, there you go. That's a great idea. The chicken bouillon and Dukes. All right. Okay. Janice Glines is saying Dukes. Okay. Malaya is saying she can't tolerate it. Yeah, I have Dukes in my pantry right now because that was on sale. But I won't. Dukes is as far as I deviate from the Hellman's. I can't deviate any farther than Dukes is okay, but Hellman's is by far. And it's your lucky day when you go to the supermarket and there's buy one, get one free. And then you don't have to give up your firstborn child for a. I know. I like cottage cheese too, but I don't know that I would put cottage cheese in mashed potatoes. I know some people use cottage cheese instead of regatta in lasagna. Yeah, and Nettie's piping in always Hellman's. Yep. In the olden days when I was constantly obsessed with my weight, I would try the fat free, the low fat, the tastes like butter, all of that. And then when I got old and decrepit and arrived at the final stage of I don't give a shit. It's full on butter, full on mayonnaise. And the funny thing is, I didn't gain any weight at all. So, but you got to get to that. Yes, exactly. So it's all good. It's all good. I don't really need to do this, and I'm probably going to be sorry I did when I put those grommets in, or rivets, or whatever they're called. I'm not using grommets. I'm using, because grommets have like an additional little piece, right? Well, we'll see. I'll just glue this down, and we'll just take it from there. God. This stuff does a good job. It was upside down, and then I put it right side up, man, and it just got right back to the gravity rules. Well, it seems to have calmed down a little bit out there. I feel bad that Dana has to Decrepit, yeah. Well, it's the old decrepit people that use the word decrepit. That is an old word, isn't it? An old-fashioned word. Okay, there. And you roll your finger. You say decrepit all the time. Yeah. Next week, I should have some. I ordered a bunch of old Stampington Studio, Somerset Studio. They have a sale once a year or twice a year where they go back and they sell old issues. Some as cheap as $1.99. So I got a whole bunch of those, and I got they have some that are, I didn't get Somerset Studio ones for $1.99, but I got one that's called Take 10, I think, where you can make cards in 10 steps, and a stamping one. And I got I paid $3.99 for this one, but it was, again, that stuff is timeless. It doesn't matter whether it's what time, what the year of it is, because that kind of stuff is timeless. I got one for paper dolls. So I think that's arriving tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to. I have a doll journal that every once in a while I pull out. There. Okay, now let's see. Keep your fingers crossed. Well, it's better. It's better. It should have been smaller, but it's not. It's okay. Yeah, I should have made it smaller. It's a little bit smaller. And I guess that overhang. Because I'm going to open this every night and write in it, right? So I have to. All right. Now I have a whole bunch of dyed, I did a whole bunch of coffee dyed papers too. So I'm going to add to this, and this is some other papers. This is some, I think I bought these papers here from Sandra ages ago. So, and I'll include stuff like this in the journal because, where's the other side of that? Oh, there it is. Because that's okay, I mean, I could write here, or I could stick a pocket and put a tag. I missed your sale. What was I doing? I saw that. I saw it pop up and I missed it. I don't know what I was doing. Okay. So I'm going to put grommets in here. They're not grommets. What the hell are they called? One on either side. So that should, let me get out the grommet making. It's not really, you know what I mean. It's this thing. This thingy. This, whatchamacallit. I did buy a rivet gun. I think I showed everybody that. I bought a rivet gun because I plan on one of these days making little robots and things out of nuts and bolts and dominoes and all sorts of stuff. One of these days. Okay. I don't need this many. I'm only going to be doing a couple. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is, let me get rid of this. I got to go back down there anyway. I bought a clear toolbox, crocodile. Thank you. Again, I can't find my words. I don't stream for a week, and I kind of lose my ability to talk in public, I guess. All right, so I'm going to put one on either side. So I'll put one here. and one here. And then that'll kind of keep it, that'll help keep it together. And I could put one in the middle. I'll have to get the long-armed crocodile. What I'm afraid of, it's going to be hard to punch a hole through that. So let's try that. All right. Can't see what I'm doing. Keep your fingers crossed. Okay, that went through. This is going to be a little bit more difficult. I have to stand up. Sometimes, certain things you got to do standing. This makes no sense. I shouldn't be having to stand to do this, but for some reason. Probably get out of there. There. Okay. That way I can see. I should have done it this way in the first place, because then I could see. Oh, say, can you see? Okay. Ding. Every time there's a weather update, my phone dings. And there's been a lot of dings today, I'll tell you. All right, that works. All righty. Okay, all righty. Now, I was doing the smaller thing, so I need the bigger thingy. And I need this one, I think. There is a chart that tells you which ones you should use for the different things. I don't know whether that's the right one or not. I guess that's the only other one on that side. Okay, here we go. Hi, Barbara. That's okay. I went back to 5 because that seemed to work better than 3. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. I saw your Terry Runyon kitty cats. They came out adorable. I was watching her too, and I just did some pencil ones, which I'm going to go back and do in watercolor in my watercolor book. I love that style. It's so whimsical. I did a whole what do you call it? A while ago, I did a concertina thing with all of her kitties, and I cut out all the paper, and made their little clothing. And but I'd never seen her live. I really enjoyed listening to her. There. So that'll help reinforce that. See? Well, I'm not angry at that at all. Okay, now I am going to that's actually straight too. Can you see that? I'm going to use a ruler to see if I can't make sure that this is kind of somewhat straight here. Again, I'm going to use elastic cord to hold the signatures in instead of stitching them in. So that way, if I run out of paper, I can add paper to it. Okay, so I'm going to do this right here. And then do this right here. Okay. There. Okay. Alrighty. So right. Remember that from the Ed Sullivan Show? Senor Wences. Oh my God, am I aging? Senor Wences with the little puppet. It's all right. Thanks, Barbara. Yeah, I made this a long time ago, and it is a 49 Dragonfly tutorial. And underneath this, I'm going to break that glass. Underneath this is a paper bag. But when I made it, it was too big for the journal that for regular paper. She must, what do they use in Europe? A4, which is a little bit bigger paper. So I cut it. I did a major operation on its spine to make it smaller to accommodate my paper. And as I was telling folks, I am a daily journaler, but I've never made a journal to journal in. I've always used various things like composition notebooks or journals. I've always been very formal in my journal books. So I decided that I would try to make this into a journal that I could use for journaling. And I'm going to put coffee dyed paper in it, which I made some coffee dyed paper a couple of months ago. I know that Janet makes a lot of coffee dyed paper. She does a lot of neat stuff, lace and coffee dyed stuff. I just decided one day I was just going to make a whole bunch of it, Okay, you've used yeah, okay. I probably use composition notebooks probably most of all. But I figured, well, we'll try this. And you know what? If it doesn't work, it's okay. I'll go back to more formal. I use moleskins. Was it another journal company? It's called Liechtenstein. Is it Lindberry? No, Barbara. No, Lindberry. Who uses who taught the comics course, and they use composition notebooks. I bought her syllabus book, and it's a composition notebook, and it's so cool. I would love to have taken her course. I think that would have been so much fun because you had to have a composition book. So you're a journaler too? Well, that's good. All right. There we go. This is a paper bag in here, and I was able to save the paper bag in this little pocket. I've got all these loose strings everywhere. Oh, it's thundering now. Oh, Lily, it's okay. Yeah, you wouldn't almost know that. Linda Berry. Yes, Linda Berry. Yep. That's not too bad. I might do. I don't think I need the one in the middle. All right, I'm going to get the elastic. And we'll fold some papers. And we should be good to go. Get down here and... Whoops, sorry. This is my clear toolbox that I bought at Wally World. And I've got all sorts of goodies in here. And I might as well put these back in there, so I won't be stepping on them, because it's like stepping on Legos, these things. So stick those back in here. I got a little bit of Everton in here. Everton. I got magnets. I got a soldering iron, a wood burner. I couldn't live without these. Hi, Messy Palette from Australia. Dawn. I had to buy these. Here's my elastic. And these are really cool. And I got some spare blades for my... that's why they got sucked. There's some... I knew I had some book corners. Look, I found them. A little bit of everything in here. Huh. Should go through that. See what I got. Huh? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. How many of you used... Oh, it's Diane. It's not Dawn. Diane is the Messy Palette from Australia. Close, Diane. Well, kind of, right? You're being very polite. Yes. At least both began with a D, right? So, all right. Let's see. Oh, poor Lily. Where'd you go, Lily? It's okay, Lily. She does not like thunder and lightning, which is not good if you live in Florida, because that's what you got to put up with. All right. Stick this in here. Take that out. That may not work, so I'm going to leave this out, because I think I want to do, I don't know whether I know how to do that. Oh, this thing weighs a fortune. Weighs a ton. Oh. Okay. Hello, Julie. Another Aussie. I think. No, let's see. How do you do that? There's a way of this. And I used to know how to do it. Let's see. Go down like so, right? No, I don't want it on the outside, Ann. I want it on the inside. Ass backwards. That's me. Ass backwards, upside down. I'm your gal. I'm your honeysuckle. Wasn't that a line from Doc Holliday in Wyatt Earp? I'm your honeysuckle. Okay. There's a way of... Nope. Hi, Aunt Bex. How are you guys feeling? And how's our little Miss Juanita doing? You just woke up? Oh, wow. Well, that's all you can do. Hi, Yolan. Okay. Okay, all right. I think I got it now. I think I got it. Maybe. I think I got it. I'm trying to. Yeah, I think that's it. Right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, now I have my two bands. Oh, okay. She's out with her babies. Oh, and you've got the storm coming. Yeah. You got a whole lot worse coming, too. I guess Miss Debbie is moving on up as she moves. Well, we're getting thunderstorms. It's okay. It's okay. Come sit under my feet. Come on. No, you can't get in my lap. Oh, don't you? Oh my gosh, you've seen she does that too. All right, so that's going to work, right? Get it taut enough. This is when you need that third finger or the middle finger. Ah ha ha. No, just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, the siren just went off. I guess that's telling all the golfers to get off the golf course. Ha ha. I got it. I got it. Well, can she pick up those kittens now and carry them off? Or are they getting too big for that? All right. Ta-da. Ta-da. Well, I really don't need that. So I'm gonna, okay, I have to cut that off. Yes, it was a little touch and go there. I could visualize it. Okay, so no, Lily, stay right there. All right, we're gonna add more paper to it, and I don't know whether I'm gonna keep the envelopes in or not, but I've got some tag stuff that I will put. And this is going to be an interesting adventure. I'm going to glue that. This is some digi downloads. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's why. She's a little one. She's a little one. No, honey. No. No. Oh my God, Lily. You can't get over here. I always tell her that. And then somehow she manages to. You notice how cats do that? I didn't think about this, but this is now not good. Well, it's going to be what you can't see. See what I did? I didn't take into account for this, but that's okay. It's my journal. So I will be journaling, and then I have tags. I'll put some tags in. How did that escape? Oh, I'm going to glue these in. Let me glue these in. It'll work. It'll just be, I can put a little notch there. It'll be a little wonky. It'll be interesting to see what it's like journaling in it, but I can always take the pages out. but it fits a lot better. Okay, let me glue this in. It's hard to say. These were digi downloads from 49 Dragonflies. Barbara from Vienna. Oh, you took a little ride? Okay, well, that's good. You got out of the house. That's good. I know that's horrible when you're not feeling well and all you want to do is be in a recliner or in bed, but then you get so stir crazy. You just got to get out and get some fresh air and see the rest of the world for a while. Well, I'm glad you're feeling a little bit. I know. I should have thought of that. And I didn't. Hi, Adria. How are you? I hope you're... Now, you're the one that... I think Adria was AWOL. Yeah. She took off to far reaches of the world and didn't tell anybody. So she got in a little bit of trouble. Right, Adria? Aren't you the one that got in trouble with the Popo? Yeah, this should go here. See, at least I was thinking. Yes. Yeah, she was, well, but isn't it nice to know that people wary about you? Yeah, I thought that was sweet. That was very nice. They don't worry about everybody. We're worried about you. I'm still hanging in there with this Doris glue. I just bought another 12-pack. I really like it, folks. I likes it a lot. It's just got the right amount of stickiness. Since the Elmer's Extreme glue disappeared, I don't know, all of a sudden, and when you can find it, they've decided that it has become very precious. I have Yes Paste, but Yes Paste is hard to deal with. I mean, there's definitely a learning curve using Yes Paste. Some people can just slap that stuff on like there's no tomorrow. I actually went through one container of Yes Paste, but this even has lines on it too. So, Barbara, 49 Dragonflies, she makes these gorgeous journals, and she makes one a month. And she even has like the weeks, and you can print them out. And this was the actual cover for, I don't even remember now what month it was. I took it off because I went beyond that month. Yes, Becky is very good with Yes Paste. Yes, can you hear it? Because normally you can't. Yes, you do hear. That is rumbling. It's a rumbling and tumbling. And it's gotten really dark out, even though it is. Normally it wouldn't be dark out. This is the only problem. You gotta smoosh that back. But in her, when you buy, if you buy the Digi kit, you get these papers and you get, little things to make pockets, which I will use because I'm going to, and there's some tag material. So I'm going to use, I'm going to stick some pockets on the pages and I'm going to use the tags. And I plan on journaling on the tags. That's right. Nettie's going on a cruise. Would you say you're out of New Orleans? Did you say you're out of New Orleans? Nettie's going on a cruise and she's going to hire her some ducks. Oh boy, here it comes. Carnival, yeah. See, this is much smaller paper. This paper is the bigger paper, and this was the A4, so I'm going to use my paper. Wait a minute. Let me see. Let me just see here. Well, that's small. I only have a couple of big pieces. And I stitched around. I love stitching around paper. Oh, how was that? Didn't he? I know about that museum. Oh my gosh. Didn't he replicate a village? And didn't it, let me if I'm not mistaken, at the Henry Ford Museum, didn't he actually buy the shop that Wilbur and Wright owned when they had a bicycle shop? And didn't he bought a whole bunch of like historical like buildings, and didn't he take them down and put them back at this museum? Or if I know he did that. Ampex is saying yes. Okay, that I am right. Okay. Okay. I just thought that was the coolest thing to see Wilbur and his brother's bicycle. Wow. The Viking tour started with 2 nights in Paris. Oh, wow. So you really went on a cruise. You went on one of those river cruises? Oh my God, if you could only see what it looks like outside. I don't like it. I don't like it either, Lily. Can we go hide in the garage? That's where she likes to go. Can you hear that? Ooh. Holy shit. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I'm going to move my camera. I don't know what you. Can you see it out there? No. Yeah. You can see that bush blowing? That's, whoa. I hate this shit. You know, that's what it looks like. Okay. The only good thing about, oh, geez, here comes the thunder. You ready? Yeah, I'm on the other side. Exactly. I'm on the East Coast. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast. You guys are going to get a whole lot worse than this. If you're over in Tampa, that's where Miss Debbie is headed. I guess north, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's that type of museum. That's something that that's right up my alley. I would love to. Yeah. I remember reading about that and was so impressed. All right. Well, this was the paper that I was using. See, this is, but I have my, yeah, yeah, Debbie. And Beth's north of me. Well, how's your weather up your way? We're not supposed to get much of anything. This is just, I think, an afternoon. I mean, we have afternoon thunderstorms like this. I'm just going to keep going because this will. Oh, no, 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 no tornado. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here. Whoa. It's coming right up against the, whoa. It's coming right up against, I have a vinyl windows on a porch. It's not really like a, like a, but they usually don't last that long. And let's see. And they tell me that there was lightning strikes within 4 miles of here. Tap to see what's coming. Let's see what's coming. Let's see the radar. And yeah, I'm right here. This is me right here. And this green area. So this is the line of thunderstorms right here. That's it. And it's already moving out of the way. And this right here is Debbie swirling around right here. You see, that's Debbie. And it is stopped. Yeah, you're gonna, and they're the bands. You're getting the bands, and I'm over here on the other side of Florida, and Beth is just north of me, and Dana is in Winter Park, isn't she? Up near Orlando, but that's, you can see this is me right here. It's flashing, and here, as you can see, Debbie. So there's your weather lesson. Oh, when you're in Dade City, okay. And my friends are in Bradenton. That's where I was last weekend. So there's your weather report. Winter Haven, that's what I thought. Not Winter Park. All right. My nose is running. Okay. And I have some of this, but I don't know whether I want to journal on that. I think I'm going to put in my, you're very welcome, weather brought to you. Well, all we need now is Adria, you could pull some lottery numbers, and we have, here it comes. Adria could pull some lottery numbers, and I can do the weather, and we've got our own show. It's all she wrote, right? Oh, look what I found. Look what I found, folks. Woohoo! Oh, your son was born in Winter Haven. That's cool. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's kind of like the remnants of a doily. Back over, yes. And as you can see, the sky is starting to lighten up a little bit, and the wind has subsided. And there's some more flash of lightning. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So as soon as you see the lightning, you count slowly, like 1 second, 2 seconds, and then you divide that by 3, and that tells you approximately how far away the storm is. So 8 divided by 3 is 3 miles away. And what did they just say? 4 miles away. It works. So we're all set. I found some more of this paper. And I will cut that off and we'll stick that in and we can have that. And we'll just leave this white. I don't know, because I'm going to be writing on it. He was 22 years old. Oh, 22 years ago. Your son Gage. Oh, what a cool name. Gage. Let's see. Table of contents. New and important. Okay. Of course it is. All right. What is that? All right. And this is, I think that's part of the, oh, that was the autumn thing. So I got all of this stuff. I can cut that out or not. I don't know whether I will or not, but that was part of the Digi Kit. All right. Let's do this. I appreciate you guys hanging in here and keeping me company. No kidding. Get out. Dana's oldest son is Gage too? That is so. And Kimberly's son Gage was born in Winter Haven. I wonder if Dana's son was born in Winter Haven. Oh my Lord. What are the chances of that? I mean, that's such a unique game name. Gage. See, it's calm. Now, I wish there was some way. If I were filming on my phone, which I'm not, I could take you. I'm telling you, if those tags are still hanging after this, I will be shocked. I will be unbelievably shocked that those prayer tags are still hanging after this. You're saying Gage is a popular name in Winter Haven? Okay. I mean, I familiar as a last name. Like, sorry, Nicholas. That's not going to work. I couldn't live without this. I could not live without this. And let me tell you, I could have very easily lived without this. Why I thought I had to have this little tiny guillotine is beyond me. But that's what happens. Yes. The prayer tags are going to need some prayers. Prayers. Well, they're made out of oak tag. My grandma used to write to a friend. Oh, okay, in Winter Haven. I always get Winter Haven and Winter Park mixed up. And Winter Park is like on the other side of Orlando, which is Winter Park is beautiful. Oh my God, it's an old Florida town. It's got the big cypress trees. And I hate to tell you, but it was the little boy in Pet Sematary. Was his name Gage? I read the book, Pet Sematary, and I had no desire whatsoever to see the movie. Stephen King just, I mean, he's scary. Christine, you know, the car that's possessed. And then he wrote one about a dog called Cujo. I didn't read that one. My mother did. But he's a very, 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 very nice guy. He's very generous. As you know, he lives up in the middle of nowhere in Maine, and he was hit by a car, hit and run, and almost died. Took him forever to recover, and he donated like an entire wing to the hospital in Portsmouth, Maine. All right, let me add that. Let me dig back, and I got a little bucket of goodies here. Let's see. It sounds good. Doesn't it sound good? Crinkle. I love Crinkle. And what is this name? This lady's name is, you know who she is. She's Edith. No, not you. This all smells good. See, look at all these tags. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to glue. Yeah. Didn't he write The Shining too? Holden. Yes, that lady's Holden. Really? That's interesting, Teresa. See, these will be good little writing spots. And I might glue like an index card on the back of those. Louise. And here's some little pocket stuff. See, that kid also included these. You glue those in just the days of the week without any number. But there's no way of knowing that what day of the week, where I'll be when I start journaling in this book. It's going to be, I've got a couple more pages in the other book. I just thought it would be fun to work on this. And I've got all of these. I can glue those on. All right, I'm going to glue those on my coffee dyed papers. I coffee dyed a whole bunch of Walgreens bags. I'm not going to use those. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, this is a little envelope. See, I'll use that in something else. Okay. Boy, I'll tell you what, the coffee smell is wooey wooey. Some paper bags from Zumbar, goat's milk soap. They sell the soap at the Publix, but I never buy the soap. Every time I walk by, I sneak a couple of bags because they have goats on them. That's a good idea. Got hit by a truck and ended up in a coma for 5 years. Oh, wow. Oh, good for you. She's got a lot of stuff on the digital collage collection where, you can get a life membership for, and she's got some tutorials on there too. I like her stuff. And this is when I did some Holden, like, yes, he wrote Misery. Yes, I did see that movie, and Kathy Bates was evil. Oh my God, that was another good one too. Yes. And The Shining with Jack Nicholson. What was it? Murder backwards. Rumdo, and oh my God. And the woman that played Olive Oil was in it too. Oh, I don't know the one about the clown. Oh my God. I watched The Shining. My oldest son and I were watching it on TV. We were sitting in the living room. And literally, this is when we lived in upstate, southwestern New York, south of Buffalo, and there literally was a raging blizzard outside while we were watching The Shining. We were sitting on both ends, as far, on either end of the couch. And by the time it was over, we were like holding one another. Yes, Shelley Duvall. And he wrote Carrie. Yeah, he was very prolific. And he wrote some really good novellas too that they've made into movies. But this is a that Awana, where you kind of do some random stamping and then you do this. And this I learned from none other than our Carrie. I saw Carrie do this on one of his streams, Carrie of Postcard fame. And he made these neat little things that kind of made it look like one of her books. And of course, I used a stamp that was in German. And of course, I stamped that upside down, right? Of course I did. Yes, Carrie the Crafter. I learned this technique from him. And he put little Post-it notes to leave spaces for the stamps. Aren't those cool? Look at all of these I made. I'm not going to stick those in my journal. Hi, Sharon. Sharon, I owe you some goodies. I know I don't owe you, but you sent me some Twinchies. And I didn't send you any because you weren't on my list, but I have your address. And now this is a master board that I printed out on yellow construction paper. So I got some goodies in here, but I'm only looking for papers. I'll use that paper. I'll use that to journal on. Piece of Cheez-It box. I have Cheez-It boxes everywhere. Don't need that. Oh, look. Here's some letters. No numbers, though. We're looking for good numbers. We were talking about we couldn't find good numbers when we were. That's from the digital. digitalcollageclub.com. And here's another one of 49 graphics. I will use that. Not graphics, 49. It's 45 graphics, 49 dragonflies. Hi, thanks, Ampex. Ampex got Carrie's. And this is mold. I bought this paper. I don't think I want to use that. It's bumpy. And I made some paper bags, like this kind of paper bag that, you get like in a store. I made those. Oh, wow, the coffee is, I made that out. I made this out of, I made this bag out of Amazon packaging. Oh, boy. The coffee is, when the deeper I dig, the stronger the coffee. Graph paper. Devin, look. Graph paper, Devin. Devin loves graph paper. I do too. I don't know why. Here's my coffee dye. Look at all this yumness. I made this. Look, me, little old me made all this coffee paper. Okay. Oh. I think that's enough for journaling. Wow. There's some lusciousness right there. So I've got enough stuff here to make another journal. I don't need that. I don't need the Cheez-It boxes. I got enough Cheez-It boxes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to say so long. Auf Wiedersehen. Adieu. Bon. Hasta la vista, babies. Thank you, thank you, thank you for distracting me and keeping me occupied while this storm came rumbling through. It seems to be quiet now. Becky, you be safe. It's coming your way. By, I think, Thursday, you should be getting something of Debbie. And everybody in northern Florida, be safe also. And I'm so happy I live in a community where our utilities are underground. That's all I can say. You all have a good week. And if you can't be good, you know the drill. Be careful and kind and interesting. Bye all.